So I have been wanting to make this video for quite a while now. Ever since my first video, I have wanted to follow it up with another portfolio update. But as a lot of you know, the market over the past couple months has been awful. But I wanted to make this video just to be transparent and show what my current portfolio is, and show that investing in the stock market isn't a completely smooth ride, and I want to go through the bumps along the way in doing so. So if you'd like to see more portfolio updates on the channel, please leave a like on this vid and sub to the channel if you really want to. Anyways, let's get into the video. If you are indeed new here, my name's Ben. I make videos in investing in the stock market and overall finance type videos. Be sure to check out my last portfolio update. I know it was over 2 months ago, but this was my very first video on this channel. But it'd be pretty good if you went ahead and watched that one first to then get an insight of how my portfolio's changed over the past 2 months. With that being said, there is a link in the description with a link to Trading 212 where you can sign up, make an account and potentially get a share worth up to £100 as well as myself. For legal reasons, I must say that I'm not a financial advisor, so ignore everything that I say. Alright, now let's get into the actual video.
Everyone, Stockmo here. Today's video is for entertainment purposes only.
Alright, this time I promise it's the actual video. Okay, so the last time I did a portfolio update was about 2 months ago when I first started the channel, and the value for the portfolio was around £20,800. Since then though, it's gone a bit downhill. Since I made that video, I made an ISA account and transferred some of the positions over to that account. And yes, that does mean I did have to sell out on some of my positions, but I'll get onto that in a moment. As you can tell by the thumbnail, the total valuation of my portfolios combined is just over £14,000. And obviously since the last portfolio update video, it was at £20,800. So I'm down just over 6.6k from this last update. LOL! By the time this video is released, it'll probably change and probably go down more. So I'll try to get this out as soon as possible, but I'm currently recording this Tuesday night, being the 30th of March. From the last update over the past 2 months, I have invested more to try and average my price down in a lot of my positions. And I've invested roughly an additional £1,660. But within the past couple of months, I've had some things to pay for example my car insurance, which was so convenient considering all my stocks were on offer. Anyways, at the time I roughly invested about £18,700, and now across both of the accounts I've invested £20,441. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to briefly go over every position that I have in my account, and then afterwards I'm going to talk about where I think I'm going to go from here. Where do I start? Well, I might as well start with one of my smaller positions. Within the past 2 months I've added more to this stock to try average my price down. The stock being electromechanical vehicles, or SOLO stock. I've got a total of just over 355 shares, and you'd be thinking that my average price isn't that bad if you looked at it last month. I'm currently down around 47% in the stock just from the massive sell-off it's had within the past month or so. But for SOLO stock price, it fluctuates so much on the daily. I think for this past day it's done a couple percent, but knowing my luck, all the EVs will be down again tomorrow. Next on the list is Li Auto, where I've got 105 shares. I thought I initially had a really good average price in Li Auto, as I'd seemed to have bought in around the dip just before Christmas, to then find out it dips to this. Since the last update, again I've added a bit more, and I'm currently down around 19%. Next on the list is XPeng. Now in my previous update, XPeng was my second largest holding. However, I'm so glad I sold out most of my position when it was around $50 a share. And I managed to make a decent profit from it. However, I did keep a small amount in, looking back thinking that I just sold the whole lot and then bought back, but oh well. It's a whole learning experience, hence why I'm making these videos. So I kept 75 shares of XPeng, and I'm currently down around 38% since their awful drop over the past month. Next on the list is Tesla. Now for my position in Tesla, I had it on my invest account, and at the time I was up by a significant amount in Tesla and I sold at a decent profit, and that's when I decided to move over from the invest to the ISA account just for my Tesla position, as I might as well invest in Tesla if it's on the ISA account. The same applies with SOLO, but I'm not taking a loss on it. So what I did, I transferred that Tesla money over from my invest to my ISA account, of which then I bought back into Tesla, and then it sold off. However, I haven't invested a huge amount into them. I only hold 4 shares of Tesla right now. I do really want to invest a lot more into Tesla, and especially when the prices are as cheap as they are. I do want to bulk up my Tesla position, potentially from my other EV positions. However, I'm not moving any money over to my ISA account at a loss. So currently I am down 24% in Tesla, and that being the only position in my ISA account at the moment. And I did create a long-term dividends pie, which I have been tempted into start up again, but I just wanted to get as much money as possible to add to my other EV positions, especially when the stock is on sale as much as it is right now. That leaves me with one other position, NIO. And if you've heavily invested into NIO, I feel your pain. I'm still trying to get as many shares as possible of NIO. About 50% of my whole portfolio is in NIO alone, because that just shows how much faith I have within this company. But I'll get onto that in a moment. I've added more, and I've currently got 275 shares of NIO, and I'm currently down around 23%. So at the time of this recording, I'm roughly down 31% in my invest account, and around 24% in my ISA account. However, by the time I get this video out, it could be positive.
Please.
So where do I go from here? To put it simply,
Hold.
by no means necessary am I selling whatsoever. Market has been all over the place in the recent months due to multiple things. For example, Wall Street Bets pumping GME and AMC stock prices, affecting the overall market and selling out of other stocks. With the whole EV crash, every single EV stock roughly about halved in value. A lot of the time, it hasn't really been to fundamentals of the business, for the exception of NIO of recent, due to their chip shortages in the past week. Other than that, I am not worried whatsoever about my positions. Just looking at my portfolio looks so ugly, and it does make me feel a bit sick. But for the meantime, all I'm doing is just adding to my positions and just trying to lower my average price. I wouldn't have invested a single penny into any of these stocks if I didn't think the price would go up over the next 5 years. By no means am I looking at the short term, and especially the past 3 months. Today's prices are really attractive to get in if you haven't already. Or if you're already in, just add more to your position. If anything, I prefer the stock to remain at this price so I can just keep adding to my position month on month, and which will really grow my account to the next time it will hit all-time highs. But I predominantly wanted to make this video just to show how you have to have patience when investing. You cannot expect to always win and think that stocks will always go up on the daily. Periods like this within the market just show how your account can just turn for the worst. And by all means, this is why you put loads of effort into doing as much research as possible before you put your money anywhere. Which is exactly why I'm not worried about my positions whatsoever, because I did the research before investing. All I'm focused on is what that price of the stock will be a couple years, if not 5 or even 10 years down the line. Companies like Tesla, for example, are expanding at an incredible rate. For example, all the new factories that are on the way, and their whole 2020 outlook of all the sales they've managed to do of their cars, including its 1 million cars produced, to the Tesla Model 3 being the most popular sold EV car within the UK, to the expansion of other companies within Tesla, for example SolarCity. And when I see news about ARK Invest, and they put out suggestions that Tesla stock could reach $4,000 a share by 2025, I think it was, I would not be surprised if that did happen. But I love all the fundamentals within their business, and obviously everyone loves Elon Musk. For me, you cannot go wrong in investing in Tesla stock. And the same for NIO. Okay, it was a shame about the news about their chip shortage, but in terms of delivery numbers, they're doing incredibly well. They're still expanding their factories. William Lee's constantly signing deals. They've still got the sedan to come out. There's still all these rumours of them potentially moving overseas. And the popularity of the NIOs in China is incredible right now. I know that's a very brief summary of the business, but I don't want to drag the video on too long. But in summary, that is why I'm not worried about the business going forward. And these prices today, looking back in 5 years' time, will look like absolute nothing in terms of volatility. Same applies with XPeng Li and Solo. Solo being the one that I'm a bit more hesitant about. It was a bit more of a gamble, especially with its current price. But for the meantime, I am holding it out to wait and see what happens in the future. And for example, within Li, them being the first of the 3 Chinese companies of Li, XPeng and NIO to actually turn over a profit of the last quarter. So I'm very interested to see how they go going forward, but obviously for the meantime they only sell their Li 1, their only car available at the moment. So I won't be too surprised if they don't grow to the extent of NIO and XPeng obviously. As for XPeng, delivery numbers are really good again. I like what they're doing, especially with their sedan, being the only of the 3 Chinese companies that are actually currently selling a sedan in China, and they still seem to have huge potential to grow within the future. So like I said, you should not worry if you are down in the stock market. If you do your research in the companies that you truly believe have potential going forward in the future, depending on what your investment style is, whether or not you're investing for growth, investing for dividends, pick the companies that you like, and if you're down, do not worry. Simply just as and when you can, add to your position and invest for the long term, and don't worry about the day-to-day fluctuations within the price. Now and again it's nice to swing trade some positions, but the aim to investing is that you're essentially buying assets to build your wealth up over time. Like I said at the start of the video, if you do like these types of videos and you want to see more portfolio updates, hit the like button, and if you really want to, sub to the channel. Like I say in all my videos, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take any advice, especially from me, just a 19-year-old just going through a portfolio. Anyways, I'll see you lot in the next one. In a bit.